Fit like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and welcome to Israel. Yes, unfortunately, I am still here. So, that ain't so good. But here's some beautiful pictures of Israel. Here's Jerusalem. And we have the wonderful Tel Aviv. The very beautiful Red Sea. Unfortunately, for where I currently am, I can't see any of these. All I see, from my view, every day for the last 47 days, is this. Over past those two rigs, way in the distance, that you'll never be able to see, is Turkey. I'm pretty sure Turkey's over in that direction. But I have been here for a long time on this ship. The ship from hell. Nah, it's okay. It's actually okay. It's quite a nice ship. It's pretty decent. But I've been here for a while. There's obviously been no videos, in which I do apologise for. I am hoping to get home sometime in May. But since I've been here a long time, I've made quite a fair bit of money. I decided to treat myself. So this is what I've decided to get and why. Now, laptops. Everyone has a laptop, or almost everyone has a laptop. Everyone I know pretty much has a laptop. This is the one I have currently. It was provided to me by work for going away and to take home to do paperwork and stuff. Blah blah blah. This is the Dell XPS. Can't remember the model number. Don't really care. It's just a basic run-of-the-mill laptop. I've had it for about 3 years. It is kind of starting to die on me. So I was thinking about getting another one. I did contact my work, and they said they had laptops, newer laptops, in the office. But before I asked them to get me one, or send me one out, or have one ready to replace the old one for when I get back, I met a few people. Actually, I've met two people. I've actually met a lot more. There's quite a large amount of people on this ship, but two guys on this ship, and one of the guys that sits in the office on board near where I stay, near where I work, is one of the design engineers. Now, he has a gaming laptop, a MSI GS65, I believe it is, and it's pretty smart. Excellent for gaming. You can also do rendering, etc., etc., video editing, 3D modeling, and he needs that for work. But he also loves gaming, and he can play games on it. So I had no idea that laptops these days, because I've never really been a fan of laptops, never been something that interested me. I was always just focused on my sort of desktop computer, my sort of gaming rig, and it never really bothered me. But here it is in all its glory, the MSI GS65. It's pretty smart. Now, his company paid for half of it because he needs a decent laptop, a high-end laptop for doing 3D modeling, for when he does his designs and stuff. And because we're building, there's a new rig being built out here in the place we are currently at. So he does quite a lot of that, and it's pretty smart. So I've got together with Andreas. He is the German guy who owns the laptop. We also have Steven. Now, he has the Asus Zephyrus M. He also uses his laptop for work, and his company did pay for a margin of it, but they didn't pay for half. Most of it he sort of shelled out for on his own, which is fair enough. If your work says that you need to get a cheaper laptop, but you're willing to pay for the rest of it on your own, then so be it. Why not? So we are using Andreas's MSI GS65. Now, to prove to me that this works, he downloaded OBS Studio Manager. It's what we are currently using to record. And then he went online and downloaded a slightly older version. I think it's version 14 of Sony Vegas Pro. And we've been using this for editing this video, which seems to work totally fine so far. I'm not sure the render times, although I've noticed that most of the gaming laptops currently use the i7-8750H, which is a pretty decent CPU. I mean, I have the i7 6700K, I think, if I can remember correctly, in my computer at home, and this one is about just as fast. Most of them have GTX 1080, Nvidia's GTX 1080 graphic cards. Some of the newer ones have the 260, 270 graphics cards, so it's pretty cool. Now, we are recording this on a laptop. Every laptop basically has a webcam and microphone installed. If my voice sounds a bit weirder than normal, because I'm Scottish, so to some people it sounds weird all the time. But if it sounds weirder than normal, it's because I'm using the microphone on the laptop. We did actually rake around the rig to see if there was a microphone, but that's not something that would be lying around. So I decided that for my new laptop, instead of bringing the Dell or getting a new one from IT when I got home, that I would buy my own. First of all, I did sort of spend many hours, actually a few days, researching gaming laptops to see which one was the best for me. There were 3 contenders. I did actually look at the MSI GS65, the one pictured here. I also looked at the Asus Zephyrus M, which is the one Steven's got. We're going to do a test. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to download OBS and stuff like that, and we're going to make a recording and render it on his, because I want to sort of compare the both, and I'd like to say thank you to these two guys. Who probably won't need to watch the video on YouTube. They're sitting right here with me, so we're gonna see and run a few tests and see which one is sort of faster, but they both sort of have the same CPU, so the results should be pretty much the same. But yes, I had 3 options. I had this laptop here, the MSI GS65. We have the Asus Zephyrus M, which is the sort of super thin one from Asus. That is pretty cool as well. That's the one Steven actually has, and he says it's pretty good for his 3D editing and stuff as well. So, and it looks quite smart. I did also look at the Zephyrus S, but I was slightly put off by the trackpad being on the right hand side of the keyboard. And the third contender, which I studied into and have had a look at, and the one I've ended up going with in the end. So this is the Asus Strix Scar Rogue 2. Sorry, the Asus ROG Strix Scar 2. So went with Asus in the end. I do have a few Asus components and things in my standard desktop computer, and I generally like the stuff that they do, mainly performance, visual aesthetics, stuff like that. Was what I was looking for in the laptop. The other 2 were good, but this is the one I went for in the end. So it did come with quite a large price tag. Now, I did actually contact my work. If you don't ask, you don't get. God loves a trier. You have to always try. So I actually emailed IT, because they deal with the purchase of sort of IT assets, laptops, computers, monitors, etc. If I got this because I needed it for work, would they pay for some of it? And obviously the guy, I know one of the guys in IT who works in the main office back home, so I asked him first. Now, he knows things. He also likes gaming. He's got quite a high-end gaming desktop PC as well, so he knows his stuff. And when I phoned him, he laughed. He said, absolutely no way would our company pay even slightly anything for something like that, because for what it is, I don't need 3D video editing, rendering, modeling. I don't need that sort of stuff. We don't use it. Like AutoCAD, for technical drawings is, or CAD even, for technical drawings is like the max thing that we would use. So he laughed and he said there was no way they would pay anything for something like that. It would totally be a personal laptop. It's total overkill for what we need it for. That's why we get like the standard sort of Dell laptops or Lenovo's. So I was a bit bummed out. I sort of knew that was going to happen, but hey ho. I mean, this laptop's like 2,100 or 2,200. Can't. I actually have the price somewhere, but it looks good. I've done the reviews. I've read all the reviews on it. I did with all three, and this is the one I went for. So it's got a 17.3 inch. Is the there was a choice between the 15 and the 17. I went with the 17. 144 hertz refresh rate for gaming. That's pretty good. It only comes with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, but I upgraded it to 34. It's cost an extra £100, so that's not too bad. Actually, 512 gigabyte of SSD or NVDMe or whatever it is storage. Can't remember what it's called. In laptops, also with an extra 1 terabyte SSD. The GPU is a 8GB RTX 2070 NVIDIA, so it's the RTX ones. Not that I'm really interested in that, but if this is going to be a laptop that's going to I'm going to have for a while, better to get the best of what's going out, even though RTX cards I really have. I have the GTX 1080 Ti in my desktop computer, and it works totally fine. 1080p 4K, just no issue at all. It's great. So I'm not really that interested in the new RTX cards, but this laptop has one anyway. The CPU again is the i7-8750H as well, so a pretty decent CPU. And looking at some of the reviews, it should do video editing and rendering absolutely no problem at all. So, apart from the price tag, yay, I'm delighted. So, before I bought this, before I ordered it, I thought I'd better phone up my girlfriend. You should always explain to the girlfriend or wife that £2,000 is going to be missing from your account in the next 24 hours. I thought she was going to fight me to the death on this, but she knows when I'm at home I like recording my YouTube videos. I like to do a lot of gaming. She knows that where we stay, virtually out in the middle of nowhere, there is nothing to do. Most of my friends work offshore. When they're at home, they go to the bar. Some of them play golf. I play golf, but I like gaming and I like recording the YouTube videos. It is a great little hobby. It's not going to be my full-time job ever. I make too much money at my full-time job for YouTube to sort of overcome that. Plus I get to travel the world for absolutely free and meet great people like Andreas here from Germany and Stephen from the States. So it was just something, to help me that now when I'm away offshore I can record videos. Obviously I don't know what the rendering times are going to be till after this, but we did study. This is like the sort of experiment we're doing using Andreas's laptop, the recording and editing. It's working totally fine so far, as I said earlier. But no, I phoned her up and she was like, okay. She knows I've been away for, this is day 47, 48, 49. I've actually been here so long, and I'm on night shift as well, that I've completely lost track of time and days. So no, she said, because I've been working so hard lately, that I should absolutely go ahead. I should treat myself and get it. And then when I'm away for long stints like I am just now, I can take it with me. The only thing I need to take is a microphone and a battery pack, because gaming laptops have very poor battery life, especially under heavy load. And she's happy for me to get it. So yes, that should be waiting for me when I get home. It's supposed to be delivered on the 23rd, 24th. It looks like I won't be home until either the 1st of May or the 5th of May. It's definitely one of those two dates. I'm not sure which one it's going to be though. It's not been set in stone. I do apologise for the severe lack of videos. Hopefully once I get this new laptop though, video droughts will be a thing of the past. And especially for my long jobs like this one, where there's not been really for much for me to do. Most of the people on the ship are quite bored. There's only really sort of one department or one company. Every company has their role to play. The thing we are doing is a very small role, so we have like 9-10 days in between when we are actually required. Fortunately, there's no heli deck on the boat, so once you're on the boat, unless it goes back to port, you are stuck there forever. So that's really what we're waiting for. The next port schedule is sometime in May, unless they finish before that, which they won't because we're already so far behind. I actually spent the first 2 weeks out here doing nothing because one of the companies had a severe issue with one of their pieces of equipment. They spent a week trying to fix it. We then sailed back to port where they had to replace it, and then they wanted to function test it to make sure it would work when we got here. So that took 2 weeks. 2 weeks of absolutely nothing. I was actually supposed to be home around the 4th of April, which was God knows how many days ago, but no, because of that hindrance at the start, and due to the fact that the port scheduling had changed, no one was sent out to relieve me. There is actually two of us. There's a day shift guy as well. No one was sent out to relieve us, but not that it matters because the boat has not made port since after changing out that piece of equipment. So we're still here. So it's kind of boring when I come back, because I will be coming back for another long stint. I will have my gaming laptop. Yay. And I should be able to record videos. The internet is the next test. The internet, the Wi-Fi out here is quite decent. Sometimes on ships it's absolutely terrible. And the laptop, the Wi-Fi in this ship seems to be very good. It is a new ship, so that is something as well. But we are gonna render this video. We're gonna handbrake it using the pineapple one. What the hell is it called again? Can't remember. It's the one I use anyway. We've downloaded that from the Tinternets as well. So we're gonna handbrake it as well, and then we're gonna upload it to YouTube. So it's either gonna be very quick because the Wi-Fi is decent, or it's gonna be very slow. So that'll be interesting. If it takes 15 hours to upload one video, so be it. I'll still be coming back with my laptop to record videos. So, but it might be one video every 3 days if the upload time is catastrophic. And the rendering times, really. We haven't actually rendered this, so I don't know how fast it's going to be. So that's something I'm interested in as well. But I've went ahead and apparently the rendering time should be no different from what the rendering times are on my desktop computer. So about 2.5, 3 hours for a 45 to 1 hour 1 hour video, which is something I can live with. So I'm looking forward to getting it, trying it out. I need to get a microphone, a decent mouse. I'm gonna acquire separately as well to take away with me. So that is the plan, and again, I will apologise for the severe lack of videos. It really does suck being out here for so long and having so little time at home in between. It's just totally throwing me out of schedule. But I will be home shortly, and hopefully the video droughts will come to an end. But we shall have to wait and see. I might actually record my first few videos when I get home on the laptop. Maybe, to see how they go on. But no, that's all the news I have, so hopefully this experiment will go well. Once the rendering, the handbraking and the uploading is done, I'd like to thank Stephen and Andreas for their help. It's expensive help. It cost me about £2,200, but yeah, they're laughing. They know how expensive gaming laptops are. At least their company paid for some of theirs. But anywho, that is that from me. So from the beautiful Mediterranean Sea, I will bid you adieu. I hope everyone is well, and that's been it for me. I've been Danny Boy, and I will catch you later.